moles of SO2 and 4 moles of what? Of O2 and SO2. You are given that the number of moles is what? Is 10. Then you are given the number of moles of what? Of O2, which is what? Which is M4. These two gases, they are sealed at 450 degrees Celsius in a container of the unknown volume. So it means now our volume here, we do not have. What is that? Question mark. We don't have our volume. Alright. Now when the reaction, represented by the balance equation below, reaches equilibrium, the equation is now given by what? By 2SO2 plus what? Plus O2. Giving you what? Giving you SO3. This, it means the reaction has reached what? The equilibrium. You must bear in mind that the reversible reaction, meaning what? Before the reaction going that way is the what? Is the forward reaction. The reaction going that way is what? The reverse reaction. Now you are given that here delta H. Delta H is equal to what? Is equal to minus 196 kJ. The heat of reaction. And I told you that it's made when you hardened your heart. Right. This thing is disturbing. Don't make a puma. Girl, you're going to learn chemistry at its best. Okay? And now, the delta H here is what? It's negative. What does that mean? The reaction is what? Exothermic reaction. Now, tell me, what is that? The name of this compound? Sulfur dioxide. The name of the compound is what? Oxygen. The name of that is what? Sulfur what? Sulfur? Forget it. And leave it. Now, leave it. Let me explain it. Now, there is a process or an industrial process to prepare sulfuric acid. And that process is called what? The contact process. Number one, listen. Sulfur is allowed to react with what? With O2. Then to form what? To form this sulfur dioxide. Then again, the product which is formed here, which is sulfur dioxide, is again allowed to react with what? With oxygen. To form what? To form sulfur trioxide. Now, remember, we want to form what? Sulfuric acid. Now, this sulfur trioxide now is allowed to react with what? With sulfuric acid. Concentrated what? Meaning what? We've got now sulfur dioxide plus H2, SO what? SO4. To give you now, to give you peroxide. And that peroxide is given by what? By H2S2 what? O7. That's what? A peroxide. So now this peroxide is dipped now into what? Into water plus H2O. To give you what now? To give you sulfuric acid, which is given by what? By H2SO4. That is what? The process to prepare sulfuric acid. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, and what? And step 4. Bear in mind the industrial process to prepare sulfuric acid. Those are the steps. Always ask in the exam. They'll ask you all the steps. You must know them by head. Not that you have crammed them, but you know them. You know them by head. Guys, remember to write everything in Chelayo. Remember to write everything. It will help you in the end. Now, check number step 2. Step 2, it requires a catalyst. For what? To make the reaction more quicker or more faster. That catalyst now is referred to as what? Vanadium oxide. So it's V2O2. vanadium oxide. There is a catalyst required in what? In step number 2. Whereby that one was allowed, or this one was allowed to react with what? With O2 to form sulfur trioxide. Or maybe you can say, at this step 2, you can say sulfur trioxide will be allowed to be dipped in water, which is what? H2O. To form what? To form this sulfuric acid, which is H2SO4. You can jump this step because it's not that important. But if you are a chemistry student and you are taught nicely this chemistry, you must write all the steps. Otherwise, they take it from here. They dip this in water. Still, you're going to produce what? H2SO4. But I'm telling you to never jump any step. Contact process. That's it. Now, if you see this reaction, it was first produced by what? By reacting that and that to form what? That. That now is allowed to react with what? With O2 to form what? Sulfur trioxide. You must know that. You must know that. Are we clear? Good. Where's the dust? Where's the dust? Now, let's continue here. I just wanted to pass that thing because it's very important. Now, or maybe before I continue, I've already explained this one. The industrial preparation of what? Of ammonia, which is called what? The Haber process. Whereby, you know, in the atmosphere, how many gases do we have? In the atmosphere, many. We've got many gases. For example, methane. It's there on the atmosphere. Is there methane? CH4. We have again H2. We have what? O2. We have what again? We have nitrogen, which is N2. The formula, or maybe the element which is written with the 2 there, you must know that's the what? That's a gas. If it's written without a 2, you must know is the what? Is the pure element. So if you are given this one, H, you must know that's a pure element. But this one is a gas. Yes. Now, we are saying we've got different kinds of gases in the atmosphere. But during this process, during this one, nitrogen is extracted in what? In liquid air, which is N2. Now, if this nitrogen is extracted to what? To the liquid air, the process now is referred to as what? As fractional distillation. The fractional distillation is a process whereby nitrogen is extracted from what? From air. So meaning here, our first step, we've got here air. This air will give you what? Will give you nitrogen, which is a gas. So this nitrogen is allowed now to react with what? With H2. To give you what? To give you ammonia, which is given by what? NH3. And this process now is called what? The Haber process. Because you produce what? In ammonia, gas. So which means all here are what? Are gases. But you can check. The reaction is not what? Balanced. So we need to balance this by saying, putting here a 2 and here what? A 3. 3 times 6 what? Is 6. This one is what? Is a 6. We've got 2 of nitrogen here and here we've got 1. 2 of nitrogen. All are gases. Now, there's a process again, the industrial process to produce nitric acid. There's that industrial process. It's called what? What do we call that process to produce nitric acid? What do we call it? We call it Ostwald process. That is the process to produce what? To produce nitric acid. The industrial process to produce nitric acid is referred to what? As Ostwald process. Whereby ammonia, listen, ammonia which was produced during what? Haber process is now allowed to react with what? To react with oxygen. Remember the time we were doing what? We're doing a combustion reaction. We're having what, for example? We're having a methane reacting with what? With O2. What kind of reaction is that? It's combustion reaction. This one is heated with what? With oxygen in air. To form what now? To form carbon dioxide plus what? Plus water. So here, this ammonia is heated in air or is burned in air to form what now? It will form nitroxide, nitro monoxide. And it because and from this one or from oxygen, they will react from what? Nitrogen oxide plus what? Plus water. So you can see this one and this one, they're kind of like the same. They're kind of like the same. But it's just that here we're having what? NH3. And here we're having what? Methane. Now, remember, this thing here, or this process, whereby methane is burned with what? With oxygen, is now referred to as what? As catalytic. Catalytic oxidation of ammonia. Catalytic oxidation of ammonia. Yes, question? I will go next. Don't worry, I'm just explaining some of the things here. We'll do this in chemical systems. Don't worry. Okay? Because I'm about to answer this question here. Okay? Diane. We'll do that in chemical systems. I just want you to have these basics. Some of these basics here. Do you understand? Good. Now, this process to prepare what? That from oxygen is now referred to as what? Catalytic oxidation of ammonia. Now, nitrogen monoxide now is burned. Meaning what? You take it, it allows now to be reacted with what? With O2 to produce what? Nitrogen dioxide, which is NO2. If you react that one and that one, you form what? That one. But remember, this equation is not balanced. Therefore, step number 3. Step number 3. This one now, the product, is allowed to react. Number 3. Is allowed to react, or maybe is dipped in water, which is what? H2O, to produce what now? To produce nitric acid, which is given by what? NHO3 or HNO3. That is what? Nitric acid. So the process to produce nitric acid is called what? The Oswald process. Can I delete here? Yes. Can I delete here? Yes. And stop talking now. Now,